Everybody, welcome aboard. Lori's here already and proudly declaring that she's first. Hello, Lori. How are you? Welcome to the show. Good to see you. Hi, Joe. What's going on? And Penny is here. How you doing, Penny? Good to see everybody. It's been a long time. As told back in May, I think, going to be out a lot until September. By September, things should sort of settle down with the concert schedule. But until that point, it's going to be very hit or miss as far as live shows. But I really appreciate you coming in tonight, guys. Or afternoon, where Mark is. Hi, Mark. How you doing? Got the couple here. Very cool. Hope everybody's doing well. How's it been last week or so, or 2 weeks maybe since we've been on, week and a half? Things are, how do I describe it? How do I say it gingerly? Not terrible, not good. I mean, it's kind of trying to think of a creative word to say that it's pretty, what's a good word? You help me. What's a word that just says it's kind of okay? How about okay? Okay is effective sometimes. Things are okay out there in the world of reselling. Hey, Jeff, how you doing? From my store, hope you guys are doing well as far as selling is going. CSC, I like that. Or cozy. Actually, in Italian, it's cozy. It means like mezza-meds. That's one. Yeah, Matt, how you doing, Nick? Nick Queen, absolutely. Howdy, Jim, how you doing? Maria, how you doing? Hello. Trying to find some old magazines. That's always a good thing to do in my world. Could be worse, could be better. There you go. Thank you. Everybody's mediocre. You ever just blank when a camera's in your face? I don't know why I couldn't think of a word. But yeah, all those apply. Don't know if that's true for the rest of you, but that's pretty much, mediocre is a very good descriptor, CJ, actually. Mediocre, nothing to cry about, nothing to celebrate necessarily. It just kind of is. And who knows, we are in almost August. It's August Eve today. So happy August Eve to everybody. So we have, another month and 3 weeks left of summer or so. Then fall hits, and let's hope the end of September, things kind of get back to normal. Kids in school, most vacations over, all that stuff that those of us who dabble in reselling kind of look forward to, to kind of let this summer thing go by. Good night, Mrs. Slippet. Mrs. Slippet finished with her duties already? Okay. Except for 2 cookies, right? There was only 2.
No, I figured it out.
Did you really?
I did.
I don't have to make them?
No.
All right. Thank you.
I expect something.
Oh, you'll get something in return. I'm sad the summer's going so fast. It does go. It always does, doesn't it, Maria? It's like it always kind of goes fast. For me personally, it's really flying by because of this tour schedule I'm on. So it's like the weeks just blur into each other. Hey, Old Buffalo, how you doing? You're actually able to make it in from the West Coast. Great to have you, man. I'm glad you're here. Welcome aboard to the show. Hey, Mark, how you doing? Then dinner. I agree wholeheartedly. Dinner would be way up top. But I appreciate you stopping in, Mark. Good to hear from you. Hope you're doing well. I haven't spoken to everybody in a while. I actually miss everyone. I really do. I enjoy doing these silly get-togethers and talking and chewing the fat with everybody. How are you doing? How is everybody? The word that I was looking for, which CJ kind of crystallized for me, is mediocre. Is it pretty similar out there for you guys? You're kind of mediocre? Anybody doing really well? Anybody not doing so well? Let us know. Mark sold a postcard today. So did I. I did sell a postcard today. So there is that. I sold an $8.99 postcard. Ooh. No summer here hits 60. Get out, really? Yeah, the obligatory weather conversation. Might as well get out of the way. It's been crazy here. I got rained. We had a show on, what is today, Monday? Saturday? Down in Delaware on the water, like in a beach town. And it was scorching hot, like 98 degrees, sweating like a pig all day waiting for this outdoor show. Half an hour before showtime, tornado warning, severe thunderstorm right off the water with no protection because it was right on the ocean. And we got rained out, but they moved it indoors, and it was haphazard, but we got it done, which I was happy about, but like half the people left because of the weather. And then last Tuesday, when I was going to do a broadcast of a concert, that got rained out. So it's been wild weather, hot, and then like severe storms coming through almost every day, with the exception of today. It's been pretty nice out today. I don't think there's any storms brewing. You're up to 3 sold. Very cool. Out of how many listed again? Maria, bring me up to speed. I sold a print ad today too. So I sold a postcard and a print ad. I sold a CD. What else did I sell? I have an offer for, which I haven't accepted or declined yet, for a little figurine. It's called a company called Enseco. Memories of Yesterday. It's a little figurine. It kind of looks similar to. I'll show everybody a picture. I'm very, very bad at describing these things. What are those little statues that everybody collects? My mother-in-law loves them. The little babies, kind of. Sort of looks like that. But I have an offer on this one. Maybe I'll share the screen if I can. Let's see. That thing. I have an offer on this one. Yeah, is it Enseco or Enseco? Cute little item. It's pretty big, actually. I think this is like a 10-inch tall. It doesn't look like it in the photo, but it's about a 10-inch tall figurine. So I have an offer on that. Yeah, Hummel. That's what. Yeah, exactly. I was looking for the word Hummel. Yes, thank you. Thank God you guys are here to help me speak tonight, because apparently I can't think. I'm up to 3 print ads. It's nothing. Probably everyone of it. Oh, that's okay. Everybody starts with 0, right? You have 100 listed. That's fantastic, Maria. Good. Very, very good. You sold a McCary Medical College postcard. 1565 turns out to be one of the schools that accepted African American back in the day. Cool. Enseco. Anyway, that's the item. So we'll see what happens with that. I might just take the offer. I think I have it up for $30, $32. No, $40 I have it up for. I got an offer for 30. We'll see. I'll probably take it. It's been up for a long time. And one of my primary goals now is to just get, especially things like that aren't paper, that aren't, things that I'm trying to stock up on. I want to get rid of all the physical stuff I have, like something like that. I still have some like teacups and things that we have, saucer tea and saucer combos that my wife picked up a couple of years ago. We still have a bunch. We've sold some, but we still have a bunch left. Still have some clothes left that I want to get rid of. So anytime I get a reasonable offer, you figure 30 out of 40, not terrible. Greetings, Keith. How you doing, man? Good to see you. Very good to see you. Hope you're doing well. How you doing with those records, Keith? Your parents' stuff. Ugh. And excuse if you notice the camera probably looks a little weird, like my face looks like almost like it's pixelated. Having a trouble with this program that I've been using, that basically lets you use your phone as a webcam. I've been using it pretty much without fail for almost over a year and a half now. And the last 2 times I've tried to do a show, it screwed up on me. Like I rebooted, I did all the stuff that you would do. So I'm using a GoPro instead. And GoPro's webcam, not the greatest in the world. Dinner is here, Mark. Enjoy, man. I hope you have a great time. Hope you eat well. Hope you have lots of pop to wash it down. And so, yeah, excuse if the camera looks a little blurry. It's not terrible, but it's not like I like it to look. So how's everybody doing? Let me know how you doing. We have Maria with the 100 print ads, and she's selling a couple. Keith has the 2 you were interested in. Get out. Do you really? Things have been busy. Did you pick up anything else new since last we spoke about the vinyl collection? Good evening, Ginny. How you doing? Welcome to the show. What a pleasant looking little emoji thing, whatever you call it. Looks like a little sailboat or something on the water. Very pleasant. This is a kind of tranquil background, wouldn't you say, folks? Looks like something you might see in Oregon. Lake scene, river scene. I thought it was kind of peaceful, tranquil. Big fan of tranquility. But great to see you, Jenny. Let me know how you're doing, everybody. I'm really, really curious how you're doing. I would like to know. Misery loves company, they say, right? Lake of the Ozarks in Missouri. Ooh, very nice. Yeah, I'm a big fan of tranquil water like this, like, lake, bay, river. I'm pro ocean as well. I'm pro ocean, but I love the tranquility. The ocean is typically a little more active than this. And I love the combo with the mountains and the trees. It's beautiful. We joke about the way to pronounce the state of Oregon, one I have not been to yet, but I am dying to get up there. I would love to get up to the Northwest. I know a lot of people that watch the show from up in that area. It looks like such beautiful country. World War II era Life magazines. Awesome. Oh, they will be profitable, Nick Queen. Without question. The ads, I should say, right? You're talking ads within said magazines. Looks like a postcard. Yeah, that's moving. Still the same ones your parents gave the rest of the neighbor. Oh, get out, really? Yeah, I'm sure. You just reminded me in an offhand way without really reminding me of anything, Keith. But a few months ago, my wife and I met up with somebody who said that in June, and now we're in the end of July, they were going to be going through a hoarder home. They were like asked to go through as a friend of a friend, some kind of convoluted relationship there, but whatever. And they asked if we were interested in going in because they apparently had lots of magazines and paper items. And you just reminded me because I haven't heard back from this lady, so I'm going to have to check in. I would love that opportunity to get in and check a hoarder house, provided it's not filthy. If it's just hoarded with stuff that we can make money on, I'd be delighted to traipse through their stuff. Slow the last 2 weeks. Same with me, Jim. I know a lot of people have alluded to that date of the 16th, is it? July 16th, 17th or something, where everybody's views and seem to just kind of slip off the table for whatever reason. Same with me. And that takes us to the middle of the month. I was doing really well, actually, up to that point, and it kind of did tail off around that. I don't know if anybody's ever gotten to the bottom or if we'll ever get to the bottom of what caused that, but ads. Okay, very cool, Nick. Yeah. You shipped out 6 paper items. That's a beautiful thing, Lori. You did sell a Korean War picture. First ephemera sale. Congratulations. That's pretty cool. A real photo? Like, was it an actual photograph? You sold 2 50s playbills. Oh, those playbills are very interesting. I have some playbills as well. There are ads in playbills, just so you know. There are ads in playbills. Sounds fun as long as it's not a mess. Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't want, I skeeve stuff. I don't want to like step in stuff. But provided it's not filthy, if it's just hoarded with good stuff, as long as the hoarder house, yes, exactly. You were at a yard sale a couple weeks ago. You always ask for old postcards and older magazines. The guy said he had a lot of Playboy. What a great point, Old Buffalo. Ask and ye shall receive, right? That's something I make a habit of doing as well. My wife and I are big fans of estate sales. It's one of my main things that we go to for sourcing. I really like them. And yeah, sometimes if they don't actually put everything out all the time, especially the first day, kind of want to see what's going and all that. And it happens a lot. Or at a yard sale, it's very common. You can just ask somebody, hey, because I love records. You have any more records? Let's say they have like 3 on the lawn or something. You guys have any more records? Yeah, come on back. It's happened more often than it hasn't. Almost every time when you ask for something, and I'm just using records as an example, it could be anything. Postcards, some people don't realize that they have value. Like, yeah, I didn't even think of putting them out. Let me go check. And they come out with like a nice little treasure box for you. The thing is, you have to keep your poker face on when you see something that, you want to jump up and down about. You have to just like make it very nonchalant. Oh, yeah. Well, what do you want for that? I'll take them. Never let him see you sweat, as the commercial used to go. You thought he was joking, but he took me to a closet, asked $100, but twice he said he really wanted to get rid of him. I love that term. Sometimes it's usually, I just want to get rid of it. Love to hear that. You offer 25 for 210. Beautiful. Cool. I'm sure you'll find tons of ads in those too. A Cushman military motor scooter. Ooh, very cool. Sales are picked up even though you haven't been listing a lot. That's interesting. Keith is getting lowball offers on 2 postcards from that one view side by side listed together. Greenfield, South Carolina, holding out. Yeah, I can definitely understand that. Hey, Jackie Jack, how you doing? Welcome aboard. Did you really, Keith? Congratulations. What was it? You actually just went through a hoarder estate sale, grabbed a ton of paper stuff, open editions and such, lots of stuff. Was it clean? Was it sanitary? Maybe is even a better word. You would think if it was an estate sale, obviously the people that are running the estate sale are going to go in prior to opening it up and hopefully clean it up to the best of their ability. But that's really cool. Usually include pictures of your playbill items, especially if they include a celebrity. Oh, yeah, sure. That's a good idea. Pictures of ads. You also found some guest information books you find in hotels. Oh, yeah, sure. That's pretty cool. Like sightseeing things. Even got the Trump issue. We'll be asking around 100 on that one. Sure. Very cool. Do you not like the ads in these magazines? So they'll be selling by the dozen. 74 to 97. Lotting them up. A Goodyear ad from the 50s came out of a National Geographic. Yeah, people have asked a lot about National Geographic. If anybody was watching the show a while ago, this might be last month, somebody was bringing up the National Geographic thing, and I know I have some. I just can't find them. I know I have a stash of them somewhere that I had originally, which would have been like early 80s, I guess, my high school. My dad got them as a graduation gift for me, and I know they're around somewhere. I just don't know where. It was cleanish, but clean some upstairs, especially piled up at work. Well, that's cool. Yeah, I don't mind getting dirty. I really don't. Not literally dirty, but I don't mind digging through old books and things, and getting down on your hands and knees and looking under tables and stuff. There's so often you'll find little treasures hidden under those not so obvious places. Magazines, especially, a lot of times, in my experience at estate sales anyway, a lot of times you'll see magazines on the floor, in a drawer of a table or something, or a big desk. I always open up. Well, I'm sure most of you guys do that. If you go to estate sales, we open them every drawer, and you try to find the things that maybe somebody else might have missed or not thought to look for. Your National Geographic's are too new. Yeah, that's not a bad call. Yeah, 42 National Geographics. That's always, supposedly that's the one, like with lots of things. World War II is popular, as far from a collector standpoint. And I've heard that those are some of the more valuable National Geographics, age from the 40s and the World War II era. So good luck with that, Jenny. Hope it does well for you. And thanks for the thumbs up, everybody. I see most everybody left a thumbs up already. Hopefully we will all get at least a cha-ching at some point during this program. You have newspapers. You also found there, like parts of it, but from the early 40s. Newspapers from the 40s. Again, newspapers also contain ads, many times, especially if you get a Sunday paper. They're usually chock full. Let me close out. I still have that Hummel-like figure. Enseco. How's it pronounced? Enseco? Lori, teach me. How do I pronounce that? With an E or a? You love when someone sees me on the floor digging and they're like, he must be a reseller. Yeah. Wouldn't you say the lion's share of people that go to these places are resellers? You're thinking of finding ads in there? Yeah, I hope so, for sure. Big fan. I'll tell you, I got sort of an itch to get some new magazines. I know it sounds silly. We still have lots of Life, but I enjoy, if you've watched some of the recent, the most recent listing shows I've done with print ads, I've used some other magazines outside of the Life population, which is the majority of the stuff I have. And they're really cool. Those 1908 ones that I was pulling up, the really, really older magazines, I enjoy them a lot. We lucked out because I think I got I still have some. I'm looking back to see how many I have. Maybe let's call it 20. I have like 20 more of those magazines from that era, pre-1910. And the same thing, that was all in an estate sale in a big pile, very haphazardly, just kind of toppled on top of each other. And we made one of those, like I said earlier about the poker face, my eyes lit up, but I tried not to let on that they were lit up. So I think my wife went over and just said something really canned, like, how much you want to get rid of this stuff? And this was the estate sale person that we know fairly well, that we've been to several of his sales. And it's like, just get him out of here, because they, bulk-wise, they were taking up a decent amount of space that he probably wanted to use to put something else out. So I don't remember the exact number, honestly, but it was maybe like $20 for a whole pile of them. So we gleefully took those. Enesco. Thank you very much, Jim. Enesco. I'm sure they do, Jenny. I don't have any experience. I haven't picked up old or new Popular Mechanics. I know it's a good magazine. I'd be willing to guess that just about any magazine is going to have a decent amount of ads. Any magazine worth its salt, because it's advertisement, it's revenue for the magazine. So the more popular the magazine, you would think, the better the ads should be. Which is why I mention a lot that the original, the first couple of years of Life magazine is not exactly a treasure trove, because it was a new magazine, and as such, it didn't have a lot of chutzpah yet. Didn't have a lot of popularity yet. So the big advertising bucks weren't there. Plus, we were in the Depression, so things were all sort of suppressed. But they're still good. You still find some stuff. And if you have the very first issue of Life, it's worth some decent money. It's from 1936. I sold one. I had like 3 copies of that, and I sold one proper, like the whole magazine. I'd have to look back to see. It's probably more than 3 years, because now you can look back 3 years. I'm sure everybody knows on eBay. I think it was over 3 years ago, but it was, I don't know, $70, $80, something like that. I sold the magazine for, because I had them in multiples. And again, being the first issue, didn't have tons of ads in it, unfortunately, but still nice to have and cool to look at. Just checking something really quick, folks. If it would load. Oh, here we go. Okay, very good, very good. I'm going to accept that offer. Well, we're just sitting here chatting. One of the other things I've often wondered about, and it's probably been discussed before, is like, I don't know. And again, this is like, it becomes almost a paranoia with eBay or reselling. But like, I'm afraid sort of if I keep declining offers or if I don't send them out with some frequency or if I wait too long, I worry that maybe, okay, well, if you're not going to accept that one, we're not going to give you any other ones to send out, something like that. So anyway, I'm just going to accept this one and take my $30 and run. I don't even remember where we got that thing. Might have been my wife's. I think my wife might have just had that as a kid or something. So we'll accept that for $30. What the heck, right? Just taking up space. You came in a bit late. Good to have you back. Yeah, thanks, man. I'm sorry again. It's just because of my concert schedule. I'm constantly away. 88 Sports Illustrated Winter Olympics. Yeah, that's cool. Now, to me, that's very new too. But ads are ads, and I'm sure there's going to be some stuff in there that people want. But that's pretty cool. Wasn't that the Jamaican bobsled team was the 88 Winter Olympics? I'm pretty sure. Mermaids seem to sell well. Do they really? You don't say. Hey, Karen, how you doing? Welcome. I think my camera just froze. My camera just froze. Hold on. I will be back, folks. Hi, Karen. Welcome aboard. Yeah, I love this. It's called the Hero Black 9 or something, the GoPro. It's fantastic for capturing. Yeah, I know, mid smile. It's fantastic for capturing like 4K video and all that. I record shows actually with this a lot, and it's fantastic. But the webcam piece, it's just not very good. Don't know what it is. Of course they do, Todd. Of course they do. I'm glad everybody's doing fairly well. Mark's Mermaid is not for sale. That's hysterical. The event that we just played the other night that I was telling you guys was hurricaned out almost, and we wound up going inside. It was a private event. It was in a really nice area down on the Delaware shore, like beach area, a town called Bethany Beach. And it was a private party, but it was a 70th birthday party for this lady. And the kids, who were probably like 30 or something like that, there was 3 of them, very, very wealthy people, by the way. They planned us as a surprise. So we were there from like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. The show was supposed to start at 7:30. It was all outside, burning hot. We set up everything outside. And then we had like a canvas, not a canvas, like a plastic covering over the drum kit so that you couldn't see the name of the band, and the guitars are kind of a giveaway if you're a Beatle fan. So like we call a tarp, that's the word, a tarp. We covered everything with a tarp. And I'll tell you, that wound up coming really useful because we were just sitting there in street clothes, like just hanging out at the party. They had a nice buffet and all. We were all eating and enjoying ourselves and just kind of blended in. I guess it never occurred to her, who the hell are these people sitting there that I don't know. But it's a good thing we had that tarp, because when that storm came in, it saved all of our equipment. It saved the drum kit primarily. So good thing there. But it was really nice. It was just, I felt so bad because half the people, we were supposed to be this big surprise. She's a huge Beatle fan, and we were going to come out and, just start playing. We got dressed up and everything, but we wound up going up to this like ballroom that she had upstairs, this really big living room, but it was like the size of a ballroom. And then it was still a surprise for her, but I just felt so let down, because it was, wound up just hanging out in her living room, playing acoustically, like no microphones, nothing, but we still got dressed up. It was funny. They're all different. One of our, anecdotes at every show is they're all different, and it's true. You could play an arena one night and then be in somebody's house in a living room with an acoustic guitar the next one. They're all different. All the shows are different. It's like a blessing and a curse to have these outdoor shows sometimes in the summer. It's nice because it affords you the opportunity to play for thousands and thousands of people at certain venues, these outdoor like summer festivals that we do all over the place. But you always have that risk of the rain coming, like no matter where you are in the country. In the summertime, it's hot. Formula for thunderstorms virtually every day. Everybody saying hi. Lori. And that's why I hate outdoor gigs. Yeah, it is a lot of agita for those who speak Italian. It is a lot of agita. There's a lot of stress involved. Like, it was such a hot, sunny day the entire day, and it was frustrating because you look at, like, everybody's looking on their phones at weather apps and all this, and like 3 different apps have 3 different forecasts. It's one was like, oh, it's not going to rain till 10 o'clock at night. We're in the clear. Then all of a sudden there was literally a tornado warning popped up, and a lot of people started packing up at that point to get the heck out of there. And it's like, come on, I can't stand that. The unpredictability is very annoying. On the 12th, mark your calendars for anybody who cares, but in lieu, we couldn't do the show Tuesday because we were rained out. It was postponed to or rescheduled for August 23rd. But on the 12th of August, which is a week from Saturday, we're doing a really big festival in a town called Sea Isle City, New Jersey, on the water again. But it's a nice stage. It's kind of like it's almost like a band shell thing, and we usually get like in excess of 5,000-6,000 people at that event. So that should be really cool. I'm going to try to, weather permitting, live stream actually on this very GoPro, and you'll see it in action, looking a lot better than it looks now. But we'll try to live stream that concert for you guys if anybody's interested in checking out myself and the band. And that'll be a nice opportunity because it's a beautiful, beautiful scenery and everything. And I'll position it so you can see and you'll hear the ambiance of the crowd and all. And it's another one that's like right on the ocean. So we're going to shoot for that. But, given the luck that we've had so far this summer, I think we've had 3 shows affected by weather so far, which really isn't terrible all this month of July. Yes, 75. Yep. Yeah, that's legendary. You have a Florida Man Jim. Do you ever check out a YouTube channel, Zepp Boots, it's called? If you haven't, you got to check it out. He keeps posting. I think a part of that show might be posted already, but he does YouTube videos of bootleg recordings, which is so funny because years ago it was like, I spent $50 on a record, or when CDs came out, they started doing CD bootlegs, and they were so expensive and so hard to come by, and the quality was at best. And now, like, this guy has a YouTube channel that's promoted and monetized, and every day he's posting phenomenal, like, soundboard recordings, all Zeppelin stuff. It's called Zepp Boots if you haven't checked it out, Jim. Off topic, how do you get the welcome to the show scrolling by? I use StreamYard, if you're familiar with that. And on StreamYard, there's just a banner, I think it's called. Yeah, I could hide it or I can add it. And you can change the wording to whatever you want. Whatever you want. Like that. Yeah, it's the function on the right side if you're familiar with StreamYard, on the right side, it's called banners. Hope that helps you. What's up, Maria? The show? Welcome back, Mark. That was fast, man. You inhaled that dinner, huh? What's an ice cold pop to wash it down? Yeah, Zepp Boots, 2 words. Awesome channel. Addictive. Incredible. And it's nice. He has playlists, so you can go by year, 69 shows, 70 shows. It's really cool. A lot of the 77 stuff is phenomenal quality. I didn't realize how many, Destroyer, if was a very famous bootleg, Jim. That was Cleveland 77. There's like cleaner versions of that. I don't know how they do it. I don't know if it's this AI stuff or whatever, but some of the tapes are still pretty shoddy. Let's be honest, the audience recordings, but the ones that are like the soundboard stuff, it's outrageous. And then it's really interesting because he'll put the date and the specifics, and he'll put like a little blurb about the performance that night. Plant was suffering from laryngitis, and as a result, this song sounds terrible. All that kind of stuff. It's really nice. If you're a fan, it's a treat. Yeah, sure. Purple Rain, it reminds me of high school, my senior, 84. I played baseball and basketball, but I played baseball primarily. And I remember that album was out, and in the room in the wintertime when we would do our workouts and stuff to prepare for the season, this kid just kept playing the tape of Purple Rain over and over and over and over. So I got sick of it. Same album every day, doing calisthenics and stuff to Purple Rain, and Let's Go Crazy was like the big song to get pumped up by. Storms got us 20 feet from the Metallica stage. Half the crowd left. Oh, really? But it was worth it? Was it really? How much of the show got in? Did they have to cut the show short? Hey, not hey. That's okay. We pre-plucked the chickens here. There you go. Yeah, that's true. Especially once you chop the head off and they keep running. That's awful. 84 senior. Cool. Yeah, that was it was ridiculous. Just I guess it was just the annoyance of hearing the same record. And not only just hearing the same record, but I equate it to working out. Like, not that that's a bad thing, but at the time it was sort of grueling. It was like all these were, especially I was a pitcher and pitches just ran. And whenever we weren't pitching, you know what you did? You ran, which was, in retrospect, a good thing. You have to have endurance. And for a little tidbit for anybody who aspires to be a pitcher or was one, 90% of your strength comes from your legs. So that was the philosophy, is just make your run, make your run, make your run. Because we weren't in the batting cages or anything. So we used to just run and run and run. And every time I go back to this like weight room area where we did everything, Purple Rain, cranking. Very annoying. Yeah, well, what else was it going to be? They didn't have a record player. It was a tape, just like a boombox thing or whatever with the tape going. Sure. Metallica played through the rain because they are electricity proof. That's how hot they are. They are not subject to the laws of physics. Never been a huge Metallica guy either, honest to God. Okay. Take it or leave it. Mediocre, as CJ said. But I'm glad you enjoyed it, Maria. I hope you had a good time there, despite getting soaked. We can't, it's never us that want to cancel, obviously. It's the venue, and a lot of these, the summertime shows, the majority of which are these outdoor venues, these summer festival kind of things, they're all sponsored. So local business, they fork up the money essentially to pay for the bands. And they usually have like food trucks and things of that sort out there. So when it rains or there's a threat of rain and these people have put up all this money, they don't want an opportunity for, let's say we come out. It's sort of convoluted, but we have contracts, obviously, when we play, right? So this came into play actually Saturday night. It rained, right? And in theory, once we're there, when we leave our house, but we'll say when we get to the venue, if we're there and we set up, we're paid. Act of God, all that kind of stuff. If there was an earthquake and it swallowed up everybody, we still get paid. If it rains, we get paid. So, of course, the promoters and all these people, if they have a sense that there might be a rain out or something, they'd rather cancel and live to fight another day than pay all that money. And then the food truck vendors don't get to sell their food. And, it makes for a generally bad experience all around. So that's what's on Tuesday. It was very frustrating because it was another one of those days here anyway. We were playing in Jersey, but it was only like an hour away from me. And, same thing, hot, 95 degrees, sunny all day, but there was a threat of thunderstorms and the window was like from 7 to 10. Well, wouldn't you know, we played from 7:30 to 10, we were scheduled. And we kept waiting and waiting and waiting. And they know very well that they have to pay us if we leave our house. So I don't know what time it was. I posted on YouTube, I posted in my community tab that it was canceled. So whatever time that was, we had just got the call and we had to cancel. So we rescheduled. I'm thankful for that. I'm glad it wasn't canceled. Knock on wood, we haven't lost a show yet. We've had one show was shortened by rain, and then 2 were rained out but rescheduled for August. So August is going to be super busy again. And then by September, it's sort of, it tapers back a little bit. We still have some shows, thank goodness, but not to the same level as June through August. Like in September, I think I only have 4. 1, 2, 3. Actually, we're going to the same town, Bethany Beach, but we're playing in a band shell instead of in somebody's house. Actually, we're playing 3 shows in Delaware in September. What's up with that? But August is going to be very, very busy. So I'll look forward. Everybody look for the post. I'll do something as we get closer. Again, it's not until a week from Saturday, not this Saturday, the 12th. That would be really nice if you guys want to check out the band. It'd be fun to have you. I'll just set up the thing. We'll position it all. I'll hit the live button and away we go. You guys can all rip on me if you want. I don't care in the comments. I'll just delete them anyway. No. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. 84 there too. Cool, Jim. Tape. I think I read that already. I'm sorry. Festival is so much fun. Yeah. Oh, hardly. Especially at a Beatles show, Maria. I mean, it's shocking. I've been doing the Beatles stuff since 95, 96, I think. And even then, they were only 50 or so, or 52, 53. And the crowd was still mostly like 40 to 50, let's say, and even younger, of course. And it's shocking to see like how many older people that show up to shows now. It's really weird. It's becoming the majority, or like downright elderly, like, 80s. It's weird. Then, of course, you always get a nice mix. There's always younger people too, but it still amazes me. Like, we did this beautiful show in New Hampshire a week and a half ago, the weekend before this past weekend. And it was a beautiful old theater from 1908. And that thing was a perfect mix. It was like there was a couple of 80-year-olds, and then there was, 20-year-olds and like dancing up a storm and all. It was fantastic. That I love theaters. That's definitely my if I could write my own recipe for the ultimate show, an arena or a theater. I love theater environments. They really lend themselves to our programs. We are a Broadway show. Like, we reproduce the Broadway show. It's very theatrical in nature and all, and it just lends itself to the curtain and the lighting and all that. But we'll play anywhere. Dawn just waking up. How you doing, Dawn? That's okay. Good morning to you. Queen of Canada has arisen. Great to have you, as always. Keith says you need to get a gig in Cleveland. Yeah, did we talk about that already? Do I have? It's not Cleveland. We were going to play Columbus. I think we're playing in Columbus, if that's within striking distance, Keith. Hey, Swan Picker, how you doing? Good to have you, man. Tina, how you doing? Tina was one of the people, I think, that said she was looking forward to seeing the concert. So I'm sorry about that, Tina. The rain is our nemesis this year. Mule Train, yeah, by various artists. Yeah, the world needs a modern day cover of Mule Train. That's very true. Yeah, same with me. Big fan. Almost is right. Almost is a good part of that equation, though. Lori sold a postcard. Congratulations, Lori. Thank God. Very happy for you. Hi, Vintage Vaughn. How you doing? Look forward to live music. Oh, you're really cool. Yeah, August 12th, everybody. So anybody who's watching tonight, I'll remind everybody as we get closer, but that's the goal, because it's going to be a perfect venue to broadcast from too, because there's a lot of people, but the soundboard is like, I don't know, 15 rows from the stage, so I can position this GoPro. I'll have it all set up nice for everybody. I just have to figure out the logistics of how to stream from GoPro, but I'll figure it out. And that should be really cool. Let's just hope for no rain. August 12th. Circle the date and do a rain dance if you need to, but no rain, or the non-rain dance. Oh, man, I love the old theaters too, Jim. The Florida Theater in Jacksonville. We did they call it a residency, which is like a week in the same place at the Supper Club thing in Jacksonville years ago. And the name escapes me. This was like 05 or something. I can't remember the name of the place, but it was fantastic. It was like a cabaret style thing. And we would just, every night we played in Jacksonville. It was Jacksonville, but it was like a really nice suburb by the, oh my goodness, University of Northern Florida or something, if you know that, where that is. What's that? It's like a suburb of Jacksonville, or a good area of Jacksonville. But it was a really nice place. I can't remember the name of it. Maybe you will help me with that, Jim. Yeah, that's awesome. You got the card. Hey, Craven's Cards. How you doing? Awesome, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I just figured it would be fun to show you guys what I do. Louisiana. Have I ever played in Louisiana? I don't think I've played in Louisiana. Tragically. I've been to New Orleans. I don't think we ever played in Louisiana, though. I agree. That needs to be changed. Looking for actually, very interesting you brought that up, Swan Picker. We are looking to hone in on theaters, because the blueprint kind of was established at this place we just played in New Hampshire. It's like, there's theaters like that in almost any town in the country, right? The old theater in town and this was a beautiful, I read up on the whole place because I had never been up there. Not Manchester. What was it called? Rochester, New Hampshire was the name of the town. But anyway, this theater was beautiful. It had a long history from 1908, and like so many in the 60s or 70s, it started to fall into disrepair, and they kind of abandoned it. And then some group came in, and it was like deemed a historical landmark in their town and all that. And they went in and they renovated the whole thing. And it's just majestic. Like, it really is. It's an opera house. So with that said, I know Lori sings, an opera house, the acoustics, like you could just walk out on the stage and you clap and you hear this natural reverb. And it was just so ambient and rich in there. You could feel the age of it and the history. Wonderful place to play. But anyway, we're looking to basically take that and just call every town, Omaha, Nebraska, a place I did play many times, actually. Omaha, Nebraska has to have some cool old theater. And, New Orleans has to have tons of old theaters. So we're trying to do that. We're trying to reach out we have a couple of agents doing that on our behalf, and then we could just proactively call places too. It never hurts. Hey, and we have packages and different ways to make them money and us money and all that. So labor love. Columbus is definitely within reason. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I will keep you posted, Keith. I'm pretty sure we're in Columbus. Excusez-moi. We are trying, Tina, on the 12th. Mark it down. August 12th. Sea Isle City, New Jersey. I have video from that show. I would love to be able to play some of this stuff, like just for fun. But I'm always afraid it's going to get taken down or copyright. The Beatles stuff is very difficult to stream or to. I don't think a live cover concert would be a big deal. We'll find out. I'm still going to try it. I don't care. If it doesn't get monetized, it doesn't get monetized. I really don't care. This is for my people. Let's see if there's we usually have like a banner or something. Looking that up, folks. Using the Google. Concerts Under the Stars is the name of the series. It's an excursion park. We've played there 3 or 4 years in a row. I just want to see if they have like usually they put something up. Usually, I say. City Wiffle. Like, this is funny. The this concert series is sponsored by AARP. So what does that tell you? It's kind of funny. Oh, it's one of the sponsors, I should say. It's not the sole sponsor. Come on, folks. Let's go. I'm trying to find the banner I could show everybody. Just you get a sense of the size of it and all. It's really big. The stage is awesome, too. Trying to find it. I mean, you would think with less than 2 weeks, they would have some sort of advertising in place. Come on. We always advertised. I told you before I did this channel, I used to do when the outbreak of the COVID stuff started, my band, because we were obviously not able to play much anymore for that year or so, at least a year. We started doing a Beatlemania broadcast like this, sort of, but it was everybody in the band, and I would facilitate all that. And we used to advertise upcoming shows, and we create our own banners and stuff for it. So I see some of that stuff, but that's for years past, not for the current one. All right. Yeah, they don't have a proper picture. It just says that we're playing. Oh, well. Anyway, you'll see it all live, hopefully, weather permitting, August 12th, a week from Saturday. Don't know what the show time is, but I'll let you know. Probably like 7-ish is usually it. 7:30 is our usual summertime outdoor time. Sure. Here we go. Baton Rouge Manship Theater. Thanks, man. Do you know anything about the place? Like, do they have cover bands and stuff or tribute acts? I'm going to write that down if you don't mind. Baton Rouge Manship Theater. I'll check it out. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. We want to do like a theater circuit. Of course, the big benefit there is it's rain or shine, provided people could get to the venue. We're able to play. We don't have to worry about the elements so much. You all should come to Augusta. Miller Theater. Everybody, give me your names. I'm writing these all down. Miller Theater. And thank you very much. In Augusta. The Bell is another theater, I guess. Thank you. Oh my God, Biff is late. It's okay. I'm honored that you're here, Biff. Just chewing the fat. After 165 listings, you had your first Etsy sale for an ad. I've never sold an ad on Etsy. Etsy. I told Dawn, I listed my first ever item on Etsy from scratch. Like I usually just would cross post stuff I had on eBay over to Etsy with the hopes that maybe, it would pick up some activity or whatever, but it never does. But my wife brought home something from where she works. It was free, some sort of matting tool, like if you in a mat a photo. It was like $20 or something. I put it up right on Etsy directly yesterday. So let's see if that gives any interest to my Etsy store. Jacksonville, Southside, and the beach. No, it was a specific name of a town, but it was by that college, University of Northern Florida, I think it was called. It was like a section of town. If you said the name, I would know it. I'll look it up. Is anything on YouTube? With what? With us? Yeah, probably lots, actually. Yeah, AARP is one of the sponsors. That's messed up. But then again, I'm a anytime don't let it trick you, folks. As soon as you turn 50 or before you turn 50, you start getting stuff in AARP in the mail. So it's not for old people, There's a stigma attached. I remember saying, "What? AARP?" There you go, CJ. Exactly. 7:30. Thank you, sir. Yeah, so I'll probably go on a little bit before that, obviously, because I'm gonna have to get ready, and I'll see if there's somebody that can man the camera for us in the intro. But I'll let everybody know. My biggest thing is going to be trying to figure out how the heck to stream live from this GoPro, but I'll figure it out. I promise. We'll get it done. If it's not raining, you will see the show. Thank you for that, CJ. AOP in Cincinnati. Okay, very cool. I appreciate the heads up. We'll contact anybody. Ponte Verde is upscale. No, it wasn't. I mean, I'm not saying that's not the name of the town. It's going to drive me nuts. I don't know if it was a town name necessarily or a section. On the Google again. Said it's been a little while since we've been there. It just says Jacksonville. Man, I will never think of this place. Jim, you might. I mean, there was this. It was I call it a supper club. I think it was called a supper club. It was like this really nice cabaret style venue. I don't know if it still exists. Like I said, it's been since 05. That's 17, 18 years ago. I mean, it might not even exist anymore. But the town was really nice. Oh, we played House of Blues in Manhattan many times. They're okay. They're kind of cheesy, and they dictate too much of what you can do and not do. I didn't like it too much, but good looking out. Portsmouth, Judy, how you doing, Judy? We just played up there by you in Rochester. Had a great time. Although the ride, I don't think I got a chance to complain about this yet. Whoop, there goes the camera. See, this is why we're having trouble with this camera. Hold on, everybody. I got to get rid of this GoPro. Now we have a double image. Rochester, and it was a swell show. I'm just going to talk for a minute because I think the camera's shot. It's like super hot. Excellent venue, Portsmouth Music Hall. I am writing that down too, Judy. Can you guys hear me? Just let me know, please. And Tina with the venue. Warner Theater, Torrington, Connecticut. Oh, we play in Connecticut all the time. No. Can you guys hear me or no? Should be able to hear me. Okay, thank you, Dawn. I was just going to write you. Cool. I'm sorry. Just bear with me, guys. I'm writing down these venues, and then we'll work on the camera. First things first, Warner Theater, Torrington. I can't tell you how much I appreciate this, everybody, because this is one of our big plans for the coming year is to kind of do a big theater circuit because we love playing them, and they do really well. Palace Theater, Waterbury. I played in Waterbury before. You guys are awesome. Thank you. Thank you. You just sold an ad right now. Congratulations, Biff. I know you can't see me, but I am clapping. I'm sure you hear the annoying sound of me clapping. Congratulations. Sure. Ginny, question for ephemera experts in the room. How do you price a unique piece of ephemera where there's nothing like it online anywhere? You make up your own price, Ginny. Try to see if you can find a comp that's something similar. Thank you for letting me know. Thank you for letting me know. Hey, Postcard Guru, how you doing? Yep, similar items, absolutely. And I would price to the moon. Why not? Take an offer. When in doubt, you could also always do an auction too and let the market let you know what it's worth. If there's enough interest in it, it might be worth it. Camera connection error. All right, let's try to get back to fixing this stupid camera, which is about 10,000 degrees, which I'm sure is playing a role in the issues here. Let's see. When in doubt, reboot, right, everybody? So I'm going to reboot this little camera. We'll see if that helps things out. I hope it does. Thank you for your patience. Ginny has what she thinks are old movie props. Wow, really? That's pretty cool. Do a little research. That is very cool. Did you check, Ginny? Do you have access to WorthPoint? Might be able to pull up, see if there's any comps out there on WorthPoint. If you don't, I have it. I know if several people in the room have subscriptions, maybe they would be kind enough to look it up for you if you don't have a WorthPoint subscription yet. Trying to get the camera back for everybody. It's like so hot that it's frozen. Like the activity is frozen on it, which is why that happened. All right, it is now powered down, so we're getting there. You do, and you couldn't find anything like it. Okay. We're just trying to go through the basic stuff first, and then we'll work our way up. All right. The camera is no longer frozen, so let's see if we could get some... Voila. Think we're good. And since I have a fan here, we're going to aim the fan in the direction of this camera. Try to keep it from overheating. I think it might have actually overheated, which is not cool. Literally not cool. So we are back. Postcard Guru. Canadian postcards is what you tend to have difficulty pricing. Just with experience, you start to get an idea of what things... Oh, that's so true with many other things too, right? Postcard Guru, anything. With practice and frequency of looking these things up and getting familiar for pricing. Sure. We have Dawn here. At least we have one Canadian. And she's the Queen of Canada, don't you know? So she might be able to help you with towns and things. Foreign to me, foreign meaning other than U.S. postcards, are always a little bit challenging, trying to figure out values and stuff on those guys. And thank you again, everybody. I have a list here of all these theaters that you reference. I really appreciate it. I will get them over to our booking agents pronto. Anybody else has anybody? Dawn, what's going on in the town of London or thereabouts, Canada? Yeah, Dawn. I have a ton of them. I'm serious. I'll give them to you. I don't care. Queen. In the hall that I got, there's a bunch of Canadians. Oh, now I'm nervous about this camera overheating. And this is what I was going to use for the show, so we might have to go to another plan. What's going on with what? Don't know. Don't know. Oh, what's going on? I'm sorry. No, not what's going on with any theaters in your neighborhood. I was saying earlier, we're going to try to get my band into like a theater circuit thing across the country and points outside the country, like your little town of London or the vicinity of London, somewhere out there. Just curious if you have any like old theaters or something that are famous in your town or nearby that we might be able to contact. Several people chimed in. Hopefully we're going to be in Louisiana. We're going to be back in New Hampshire, Connecticut. No clue. All right, sure. It's not your function to know the local theaters, you know. Took a stab. What else is going on? It's just I've been so loud. Excuse me for constantly talking about the Beatles stuff and the concerts. It's been last 2 months. The bulk of the last 2 months have been mostly concentrating on that stuff. Truth be told, because it's been such a pretty active schedule. We have lots of shows we can't post about, like we can't put on our website and stuff because they're private events, and when they're private events, the people that are holding these events don't want the fact that they're hiring us public. They keep it to, you know, a group of people that they're inviting or whatever the case may be. So we've been playing a lot, like 3-4 shows every week for the last 8 or 9 weeks since Memorial Day. Beatlemania again, says Dawn, and she's right. So again, August 12th, coming at you. If it doesn't rain, and it's not going to be with this GoPro. I never had a problem with that. It's just strange because we've recorded shows with the GoPro. It never overheated. Wonder what's going on. Maybe it's because I have multiple lights flashing on me and on the green screen. Maybe maybe it's just hot down here. But you would think outdoors would be a lot hotter, right? It's kind of strange. I don't know why it froze like that. But I don't know if you guys can hear the hum of the fan. I have like a little desk fan blowing directly on the GoPro, hoping that it won't seize up again. If it does, we'll probably just call it a night. But that's great news about the people selling ads. I think that's really cool. Ginny's. Let's go back to this for a minute. The old movie props. That's outrageously cool. Prop British pound notes. Wow. Like British Monopoly money, I guess. Definitely doesn't seem like the kind of thing you're going to come across often. So I'm not super surprised that there aren't a lot of comps out there for it. Makes some sense. And we have what, 2 sales so far that have declared that they've had sales? I have one theoretically too because I accepted an offer. But the offer came in before the show commenced. There are holes under the ears on the bottom of the GoPros, which I don't have opened. Yeah, the 2 little things that come down to put the whatchamacallits on, right? The various connection gizmos. I am opening those flaps up. You're right, Mark. There's like a lot of heat coming out from that. Come on. Well, I got one open. The other one's stuck. The heck. Thanks for that, Mark. Heat is definitely a factor. Me, yeah. In March, Postcard Guru, 40,000 cards I picked up in New Jersey. Thanks to Popeye's Postcard, John from Popeye's Postcards. Oh, there's the other one. Okay, I got both of these little trap doors open. Thank you for that, Mark. Let's see if it helps. Yeah, a nice collection. From a place, I said this in March or in April, I was going to do a video, and I didn't, only because Mark has a great video about this huge haul. Popeye has a hysterical, legendary 1,000,000 card haul video, almost like a series. I'm like, what's my little video going to do? What am I going to say that everybody hasn't already seen or said before? But I did pick up, it wound up being 40,000 cards, yes. All different types. And some foreign. How many costume changes do we have? We could do up to like 5. It really depends on the show. We tailor the show to the venue and the client's wishes and the time. Some places just book you for like, an hour or something, and it's just like the early suits, and some want the full show, which could be in excess of 3 hours. And we have multiple costume changes, yes. Paul, John, Ringo, or who's next? Who else? Hey, what's up, man? Parker's Postcards. Hi. Very good to see you in Oregon. This was actually sort of dedicated to you, man. An Oregonian sort of backdrop. Hope you're doing well. I see Cameron's doing live shows a lot. I also see Cameron doing a lot of the short videos and stuff. So definitely check out his multiple YouTube channels. One being Parker's Postcards. Correct. You should post a video people like to see. Not everyone watches Popeye's Postcards and SM Postcards. Well, they should. That's the first problem. If they're not watching either two of those guys, then, I really enjoy both of them. They were both huge motivations for me to getting into postcards. But yeah, I'll post a video eventually. I have all the stuff. It's sad because I did record some footage. I have tons of footage from actually going out there. And I know people like to see that kind of stuff, right? The hunt and all that stuff. So I do have some footage. Maybe I'll put something together. You're right. But I'm just saying, I'm not going to really add a whole much to the conversation. Everybody, it's 40,000 cards, and we're selling them, But it was cool. And Popeye actually gave me the tip to find the thing, which was great. Good to see Cameron. There you go. Yeah. Check out Parker's Postcards on YouTube. You've been rafting. Does this look like a rafting sort of scene? It's a little too tranquil to go. I guess you can go rafting in tranquil waters as well, right? You always hear about like whitewater rafting and the rough rapids. All right, Karen, no problem. You have a great night too. Thanks so much for stopping in. And hopefully you'll check out. Maybe you can make it to Sea Isle, Karen. Is that too far from you? August 12th, Sea Isle. A lot of people go to that show. Thousands and thousands of people go to that show. Very nice venue. And it's in a cool town, and there's tons of food, and they have entertainment like all summer long. That Concert Under the Stars series or whatever they call it. We've played there like 3 or 4. Not 3 or 4. 21, 22. This will be our third year. You were logged in with that. There you go. Gravity Goods is the other channel. Oh, very cool. Well, check out Gravity Goods as well on YouTube. Someone here locally got some rare brain disease. Oh my God. Yeah. The brain eating amoebas. They were big. Not big. It was a big thing in Florida around the Disney area when I lived down there. They're literally, it's not funny. It's amoeba. And they live at the bottom, like the sediment of shallow water and stuff. And when people were going in the lakes and stuff and shuffling up the sediment as they were walking, I mean, it's a 1 in a million chance, but that 1 in a million, they go in through your ear and it literally eats the brains. Braineatingamoeba.com. Yeah, thanks for bringing it down, man. We go from tranquil seas and pleasant summertime activities to brain-eating amoebas. All within, a 5-second span. And there we go with the other channel, sure. Gravity Goods. Well, as far as this week, today is Monday, right? Yes. Friday night, let me check my calendar as we switch to August for this week. The 4th, I will be on Friday, and we're going to do a listing show. I don't want to throw it out there to you. Do you guys want to see listing postcards, listing print ads, listing something else? Let me know. Let me know what you would like to see. I love the listing shows. I really enjoy doing them, and I love everybody's contribution and their thoughts behind it. So let me know what type of items you'd like to see get listed, that you want to contribute to, and maybe just hang out, watch, and listen to in the background. That was always one of my motivations, was to motivate others to list as I'm listing. The amoebas wouldn't last long on us drums. Ba-dum-bum. Let me know what you want to list on Friday. Well, I think I could do, can I do, I got to play around. I got like 45 screens open here. Let me see what I could do. Don't they have like a, engage, add reaction. They have like a poll thing somewhere. You could open up a poll. Just don't remember how to do it. Anybody good at YouTube? Pretty sure they had like a poll thing. Oh, well. It's not important. Just let me know. You know the stuff we got. I have lots of music. I'm going to start listing. I haven't done it yet. I'm going to start listing some more 78 records. I still have a bunch of those I haven't listed. And I sold a few of those during the week. It's always inspiring when you sell something like you're like, oh yeah, I forgot I have those. Let me start listing some 78s. I did tons of photos of them. So I already have them photographed. It's just a matter of getting them up and listed now. But it's good to see them sell. It's another long tail item, but man, the profit's great. What's up, man? How you doing? Hey, hey, hey to you. Anybody have any preference for listing on Friday? If not, I'm just going to do whatever I want. That's all there is to it. I'm going to do that anyway, but at least I want to have the illusion that you have some input. Postcards is Cameron's vote. You know what I've been listing, Cameron? I think we did one of these on a show, the Christmas cards. It's August tomorrow, right? So you figure 5 months, less than 5 months now. Might as well get some Christmas cards up. You and George look the most legit. Well, we're not trying to look like them necessarily. Of course, we're dressing like them. I don't look like John Lennon. You know what I mean? But I sound like him. And it's more the overall group thing. You know, we really emulate their movements, and we're huge fans and have studied them my whole life. So it's not really like a look-alike band necessarily. There are some people, it's astounding how much they can look like them, but then they don't usually sound that good. There's always some other give and take. I'd rather sound great. That's my motivation. Hey, Jody, how you doing? Welcome to you. Welcome to the show. Nice to have you in. Postcards too, huh? Do a mixture. There you go. When in doubt. Postcards there. That's cool because I was doing postcards and I had a lot of people say that they miss doing the ads. So the only thing I like, not the only thing, one of the main things I like about the ads is it's a little more conversational usually. Like there's more to inspect and discuss usually on ads than postcards. But I'm very, very glad to do some postcard listing together. It'll be fun. I got to get them up. I have thousands and thousands sitting there now. After months of crying that I didn't have enough volume, right? Now I got 39,000 still sitting there waiting for me. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I don't know which one you saw, but that's cool. There's so many. And then there's like, it's tough. You can't control nowadays, obviously, like you used to be able to. Like anybody could post a video, you know? Joe Blow sitting in the 10th row can just like put something up on YouTube from a show. Max Sabbath. There you go. Yeah, sure. Max Sabbath. Remember Dred Zeppelin? The Elvis guy? Heartbreaker Hotel? That was kind of funny, actually. And Plant liked them. He thought it was a riot. Big Zeppelin guy. Zeppelin's my number 2 all time. I'm almost as fanatical as I am with the Beatles stuff with Zeppelin. I have not seen that, but that's just it sounds very much like along the lines of the Dred Zeppelin thing. If you guys remember that, look up Dred Zeppelin Heartbreaker Hotel. 89, pretty sure 88, 89. Oh yeah, they're my number 2. I was firing up this a little while ago. The often overlooked Presents album. That was the CD, obviously. I was playing the album. But this is going up for sale. All my CDs, the Zeppelin CDs, these are the original ones that came out when the CDs first came out. And they weren't mixed by Mr. Page. Like they were just kind of pulled up from different sources. So the tape sources weren't pure, but they still sound good. So I'm selling a bunch of this. I have like Coda, but I prefer the LPs. And I have like box sets, Zeppelin box sets and all that. I used to buy bootleg records in this. Actually, the first Zeppelin album I bought new was in Through the Outdoor, which was their last, unfortunately, their last studio album. Recorded in 78, came out in 79. I bought it. It was 6th or 7th grade. I was so excited. And we were going to go see them. And they always played in New York at Madison Square Garden, every tour. And the 77 tour, my mother wouldn't let me go. I was too young, and I was very upset about that. Same thing with Kiss. I wanted to see Kiss on that tour. Mother wouldn't let me go. Didn't hold a grudge or anything. No, not too bad. And then in 80 or 81, they were going to tour in 81 Zeppelin. And then Bonham dies in September of 80, and there goes that. So I never got to see my live Zeppelin. I saw Plant and Page many, many times, solo and together in the Plant and Page thing they did later on. But I never got to see Zeppelin. Never saw John Paul Jones, and obviously never saw Bonham. Big regret in my life, actually. You get Plant on the show. That'd be a nice guest. Ladies and gentlemen, diddle-a-dingy-ding, from a land far away. Well, that is unfortunate. There's a lot of really cool Zeppelin cover bands. There's a guy from Japan. He's called Mr. Jimmy. If you ever check that out on YouTube, just look up Mr. Jimmy Japan. Paige actually watched him play in Japan with his band. I forgot what the band's called. Zepp Again, maybe something like that. Zepp Again was a big tribute band. But anyway, he's fantastic. I mean, if you get past, he's Japanese, so obviously he looks Japanese, but like his hair is exactly like Paige's. He wears the dragon outfits, and he does all the all the movements and stuff. He plays great. Really, really cool. Love the BBC sessions as well. I used to have it on bootleg for years and years, and then they came out with actual releases. The LP of that in 2015, I think they released like the extended version on LP. It's phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. So yeah, I could talk Zeppelin all night too. I'm on a Zeppelin kick right now. You ever go between bands every once in a while? You get on a kick and you want to hear lots of, Mule Train. If you're Dawn, she wants to hear Mule Train. I'm on a Zeppelin kick right now. Been cranking them, as I've been doing for 40 years. But for some reason, I'm just like, when I was starting to go through the CDs to list, I'm like, oh man, Presence. So I just like listened to Presence the whole way through as I was listening. Great stuff. I saw Stevie Ray about 10 times, man. He opened for Plant on the Now and Zen tour on the Meadowlands in '88. And he did Voodoo Child, and he was biting the guitar, and he played behind his back. It was just ridiculous. I saw him, I think it was about a month before he was killed at the Garden State Arts Center, it used to be called, in New Jersey. And God forgive me, but I remember saying, we had seen him literally like 10 times. And I remember saying when we left the Garden State, it was in '90 he died, right? It was a summer, and we had left seeing the show. I'm like, I think we've seen Stevie Ray enough. And then he wound up dying. And if for those who might remember, I was at work with my two buddies that I was in a band with at the time, and we loved Stevie Ray Vaughan. And the first thing that came across the wire that was Clapton that was killed. I'm like, oh my God. But it wasn't. He didn't go on the same. A couple of people from his tour were killed. But the rumor was that Clapton was on the helicopter, and it turned out it was Stevie Ray Vaughan instead. That is a great idea, man. Make it happen. Yeah, I could talk music day and night. Enough of this postcard nonsense. Just kidding. But it is good stuff. All right, guys. Anybody have anything else they want to talk about or bring up or not talk about? Or any thoughts? Anybody have anything exciting happening personally or professionally coming up this week? It's going to be weird. We don't have a show all week. Don't play again until the 12th. And then after the 12th, we play like the 12th, the 14th, the 15th, the 18th, the 20th. Like we're on a torrid pace again. But I'm kind of, to be honest with you, I'm kind of glad we have a little bit of a break here, especially with the crazy weather I've been experiencing in the Northeast. The 10-hour drive, I didn't tell you. So anyway, 10-hour drive home from, New Hampshire. It was supposed to be 7. And the traffic was just from the second, both ways, by the way, going up. I think it was like 8 hours, which was an hour longer than it should have been. I was like, all right, there was some traffic. Coming home, though, we left Saturday morning at like 10 in the morning. And it took 10 hours to get home. Everywhere we drove, every state. Boston was a train wreck. You drive around, like most cities, they have a 495. If you're familiar with the Northeast, actually in Jacksonville too. Washington, a lot of the big cities, Richmond has one. It's like a little circle that goes around the town proper so that you don't go directly into Washington or directly into Boston and get snarled in that traffic. They have like a 495 extension that feeds off of 95. Well, anyway, it took like 3 hours to get through Boston on a Saturday morning. I'm like, what is going on? We went through the legendary town of Worcester. I sent John a text with a picture of that because we were in Worcester. He always jokes about the pronunciation of that. Clapton's in a bad way. Yeah, I've heard he's still playing. I saw him not too long ago. I think he had issues with his fingers, of all things. That's a great point, Dawn, right? It really is true. Seriously. Yeah, I need to get back on the listing Mule Train. A battery of tests for tomorrow. Oh, really? Cool. Been a slow weekend. Sold a Metallica CD and 2 postcards. Come on, Jiminy. Yeah, I know. I know you left your thumbs up. I mean, you're good people. So ironic you had a presence relapse last night. Yeah, man. It's for whatever reason that, and actually in through the outdoor, for whatever stupid reason, people don't like put as much emphasis on those last 2 albums, but they're in their own way they're phenomenal. Presence has personally for me. I mean, get the glasses out. Achilles' Last Stand, iconic song. I love For Your Life, which they did at the in '07 in the '02 Arena reunion, which was great. Royal Orleans, not one of my favorite songs. Nobody's Fault But Mine, Smoke, and we used to play that all the time in my cover band. Candy Store Rock, not the best. Hot's On For Nowhere, not the best. But T for One, which is like the child of Since I've Been Loving You, is one of my favorite Zeppelin songs ever, and nobody knows it. And it could be one of Jimmy's best solos, too. But you could say that about 100 other songs. But yeah, and it's great to just let it play, especially if you're doing something else. It's fantastic. Oh, that's great, man. Cameron's going camping. Having a long weekend trip to Washington. Have a great time, man. And that's good to hear. You're selling well. Good, good. List, sell. That's what they say. You list, you sell, right? Isn't that the old adage? Do you have all the covers run through the outdoor? No, I wish I did. What is that, like 9 of them, I think, Mike? 9? I had the original that I bought in '79, and it still has the paper bag, which is cool. It's a little torn, but not terrible, considering it's unbelievable, man. I was going to say 30 years old. It's 40-something years old now. It's crazy. Office like crazy, huh? It'll happen, man. You know how it goes. The ebbs and flows. Can't eat to camp again. Yeah, sure. You can make it if you try, man. Just the 2 of you. 6 or 8. I always thought it was 9. Maybe you're right. Yeah, they're all just variations of the same cover. Different scenes in the bar with the guy. Mysterious guy with the hat. And then, of course, Presence has The Object. It's called the black. This guy right here. It's called The Object. Great album, though, Presence. I was cranking that all day yesterday. It was good to revisit it. Lori says part of a semi flew through your trailer. Oh my God, really? Part of a semi? Part of a truck? Hopefully you aren't sitting in the truck. Or the trailer, I should say. The black thing, yeah, it's called The Object. Yeah, that's not cool. Yeah, that's awful. Do you have insurance on it, Jody? Like, is it covered, I hope? Get yourself a new one. I'm telling my buddy about these theaters that you guys are kind enough to give us. Again, if anybody knows any theaters local to where you live, old Opera House Theater, any place that has concerts, let me know. We'd be happy to give them a call. We're trying to expand out to theaters across the country. Oh, you were driving. Holy cow. Yeah. Holy cow. Oh, you were driving. I see. That's crazy. You were towing it. What's the video I was talking about? I'm sorry. I'm not sure which one you mean. Video? You have several performing arts type places. Cool. Yeah. Whereabouts? Oh, Peoria. Has a ballroom. Okay. Of your group. Oh, I don't know which one it is. He just looked up something. There's probably a bunch of them out there of us playing. I'm gonna see some. I might be able to hold on. I'm gonna see if I can. I mean, I have tons like just saved on my computer from shows from the GoPro. Look at Mark with the tip though. It's still warm, but it is cooler. He must have worked in IT or something. This guy, I don't know. When he's not selling postcards. Let's see if I could put like a snippet up. I don't want to get pulled down for copyright. It's always, unfortunately, something that we run into. Just a second. I'll see if I could simulcast it. What would be a cool one to show? I'm just trying to find a clip I might be able to throw, even if I could just throw like 30 seconds of it up. Any tips on? Sorry, Jody. I just saw your question about tips on selling stamps. Yeah, get the books, the Scott's catalogs. They're called. You can get used ones pretty cheaply. They're very, very difficult. A whole lot. Yeah, Todd just said a whole other level. I agree wholeheartedly. I tried to dabble in them. Mrs. Flippett was very, very diligent about learning about stamps because we have some that would behoove to me from my great grandfather. But I was quite frustrated because there were so many gotchas, as I've said 100 times. Like you think you have a really good stamp, you look up all the things, everything seems to line up. My God, we got a $10,000 stamp. Nope, the perforation at the top is this far away from this, and now it's worth 25 cents. So there was a lot of disappointment when it came to stamps for me personally. I'm still trying to find something nice to play for you guys. I thought I had more saved on my computer than I have. They took up so much storage. Sorry, just give me a second, man. I will find something to play. This is a promo, but it has too much proprietary information. City of Linden. Oh, this was a different poll, though. I don't want to play this one. Some of the places are really cool, like some of those summer concert series I was telling you guys about. They'll broadcast them like on their cable, the local cable channel or something. So we have like some nice TV studio kind of feeds that I have recordings of. Man, shouldn't be this hard. I have one in mind that I want to show because it's not very long, and I might be able to get away with it without getting taken down. I can find the stupid thing. All right, I'm going to try this one. Let's see if it goes through. I don't know how the sound is going to come through on this thing, but let's try. All right. Sorry about that. I don't know how to share the sound on the when you're sharing audio. That's weird. I'll figure it out, and we'll do something next show. Yeah, my sound. I know I turned off my microphone because I was trying to see if that would help to put the sound through, but apparently not. Anyway, guys, have a great night. Thanks for coming in. It's 8:30. Got an hour and a half in the bank. I will see everybody on Friday night. We'll do a listing show. It looks like by popular demand, postcards, and then Guru said mix it up so we could do both. It's quite true. I hope you have a great week, and I will definitely work on how I can broadcast a video next time so you guys can enjoy. All right. I'll see you later. Thanks again for coming in. Bye-bye.